When you was going on a night out with him, what was you getting up to? Was you talking to girls? Was he talking to girls? We was together for about 2.5 years, and towards the end, we was arguing all the time.
She didn't like the fact that I was hanging around with a certain lad.
I found out that Callum's best friend was cheating on his girlfriend, who was my best friend.
Once April had found out, she looked at me in disgust because I knew about it.
Hello.
You all right?
Hiya.
Nice to see you.
I felt really betrayed. I felt like he should have said something because it was wrong. So I have a question.
Yeah.
So, you know, if we got back together, would you kind of ditch your friend for me? You know, the not very nice one. I completely lost all trust with Callum. He didn't tell me what was going on. When I feel like I'm his girlfriend, he should have told me everything. And obviously, this guy isn't a nice guy and he shouldn't have loyalties to someone like that. Are you okay with what he did?
No, I'm not okay with what I did. I've never agreed with it, really, have I? I've just always, seemed to have been in the middle of it.
But you still chose to hang around with him?
Yeah, because he was good company, we had good nights out, and he was a good lad.
But he was cheating on his girlfriend.
I am my own person. I'm not up to stuff like that just because I have a friend that does stuff like that.
He said, you know, he'd never cheat on me. He shouldn't judge me by other people's standards. But, you know, I think you become who you surround yourself with.
It's their relationship. It shouldn't affect our relationship.
When you was going on a night out with him, what was you getting up to? What was you doing? Was you talking to girls? Was he talking to girls?
I'd say, yeah, obviously we was talking to people, but only because of the personalities I have as myself. You know me, I'm a chatty person.
If he's chatting to a group of girls, are you going to mention, oh yeah, I've got a girlfriend?
Yeah, obviously, but...
It's fine, you can talk to girls, I'm not a psycho. It made me think, was he cheating on me? Because he was going out with him all the time.
She had, trust issues because of my mate, but I didn't want to get involved in that type of stuff. The question is, could you trust me again?
I do think I could trust you again. It just depends what choices you made, who you choose to hang around with. At the time, I really thought, oh my God, maybe I cheated. But now I've sat and thought about it, I know you wouldn't ever cheat on me.
Why did you react the way you did?
Just because I felt lied to.
But there was no way of trying to explain it to you. And obviously, we had each other blocked off everything, so you wouldn't have realised that. You wouldn't have...
You blocked me. You did, though.
I blocked her because I just felt like it was easier for me to move on with things. I didn't want to see her enjoying herself.
I felt like he just didn't want anything to do with me, even though I'd not really done that much wrong.
For me, that was the easiest way of getting over things.
Why didn't you want to talk to him? Why didn't you want to get in touch? What was stopping you?
Because you seemed happy.
I wasn't that happy. I might have looked it,
I know,
but I wasn't.
You look happy, so...
I wasn't.
Within about the first 2 or 3 months, we moved into my mum's house.
I felt very isolated. We was arguing all the time. It put a lot of pressure on the relationship. We got underneath each other's skin.
So, did we move in together too fast?
Yeah, I definitely think we moved in together too fast.
Us being at my mum's in that bedroom all the time, was no good for our relationship.
But then I feel like we're at a stage now where, you know, if we wanted to get back together, I would want to move in together, I don't know. Or is that just me rushing again? Since
we broke up, I have missed her a lot, and I've not really gone out a lot because, to be honest, I don't feel like I've been myself, really.
Do you want some of mine?
Come on, then.
I regret how we broke up because I do still have feelings for Callum and I don't want it to be bitter between us. Can we learn from our mistakes and try again?
I still love you. I always will. You're always in the back of my mind, no matter what I do.
That's actually really cute.
It's hard, like, because I've always wanted to sort things out.
I do love you, Callum. I do really miss you. You are like, you literally are like my best friend. Like, it's like losing a best friend and a boyfriend.
Space is what we needed. Maybe this is what we needed to make things work. Time away from each other and realise what, you know, we have lost. Like, I have been gutted.
Aww. It feels amazing that he still has feelings for me because I still have feelings for him, but I just wish he would have contacted me sooner.
She is like my soulmate. She's got an amazing personality and I do love her to bits. I'm happy to give things another go if you are. But I mean, there's no rush, is there?
Yeah,
we can just go step by step. So, would you like to go and have a drink?
I definitely would, yes.
Would you?
Yeah.
Decent.
I think we've both learned from this that we need to have space, but we also need to be honest with each other.
I feel like we can put the past in the past and move on and be an happy couple and see what the future brings.